How's it going, y'all? This is Eno. Welcome to this video. So this video is actually a little bit of a disappointment because I was intending to do a video of my new Glock 26 today. And as you see, laying out before you are two firearms that are not a Glock 26. Unfortunately, I don't have the Glock 26. In the particular state that I live in, we have a 2-day waiting period. I went in today to pick up the gun that I had bought a few days ago and ran into a little bit of an issue. And I would like to just tell you about what happened. Last video I did, I kind of badmouthed gun store employees a little bit. I guess this was my payback for putting out a little bit of hate on gun shop employees. Well, so here's the story. I went into my local gun shop, the one that I always try to buy most, if not all, of my stuff, and I always say in my videos, you know, you patronize your local businesses, spend the money locally, you know, keep the local shops in business, no matter what you're shopping for, whether it be guns or whatever. You know, stay local. That's why I don't shop at Gander Mountain unless I absolutely have to. I don't go to Cabela's unless I absolutely have to. But I try to stay local. So I went to my local shop, asked them if they had a Glock 26 in stock, and they said they had a couple of them. They had two. And I said, great. And I asked to see it. And I'm going to be honest with you. Part of it's my fault. You know, I touted this yesterday in the video that I did, that, you know, you gotta pay attention to what you're doing, you gotta get the gun that you like, you gotta hold it, you don't want to fail at the gun store. You buy a gun that doesn't fit you right, you buy a gun that isn't exactly what you want, and you're gonna get it home and you're never gonna like it, no matter how much you try to, no matter what you try to do to the gun to make it work better for you. If you don't like it at the gun shop, you're not gonna like it at home either. And so part of it's my fault because I probably wasn't paying attention to it as much as I should have, but part of the reason why is because I didn't expect the problem that I was going to have to be a problem. Just wasn't expecting it. The particular gun store that I go to, they have a number of different glass cases that are all the guns are in. They have 2 or 3, maybe 4 cases of brand new guns in different you know, calibers in different areas. Then they have a case kind of down on the end, which is all the used guns that they have for sale. And then they have all their parts and stuff like that, and some other cases and on the wall and stuff, just like a normal gun store would be. And I was standing in front of the new gun case area, looking at the 9mm section where the Glock 26 would be. And a guy came up, asked if I wanted to see anything, and I said, sure. Could you please show me a Glock 26? So he pulls out a Glock 26, shows it to me. I pick it up. I kind of look at it a little bit. So yeah, that's a Glock 26. That's exactly what I want. He says, all right. He's like, you familiar with the gun? I said, sure. I've shot the Glock 26 before. I have friends that own the Glock 26. I've shot theirs before. I know what a Glock 26 is. I know how it feels. I know it's what I want. I said, okay. Let me get you written up. Filled out the paperwork, waited the 2 days, went back into the shop today to pick it up. Had already paid my money when I filled out the paperwork a couple days ago. Going to pick it up, opens up the case to inspect the gun, get the serial number, all that kind of jazz for the paperwork. Turns the case to me, and I immediately look at the gun and I say, this is not what I wanted. And they say, what do you mean? You want a Glock 26? It was not a Gen 4 Glock 26. It was a Gen 3 Glock 26. And I told them, I was like, I'm sorry. I was under the impression that I was buying a Gen 4 Glock 26. I assumed that because it was a new gun, you're selling it to me out of the new gun case. I assume that a new gun means it's the newest version. I did not expect for you to be selling me a gun that is not the newest version. I was a little surprised. I don't know, maybe I'm naive, maybe I just expect too much, but I just assumed that since I'm buying a brand new Glock 26, it's going to be a Gen 4. I wouldn't know of any reason why I wouldn't expect that. Maybe it's very common for Gen 3s to be sitting in cases of gun shops all over the country. Maybe that's a common thing. I don't know. But I made the mistake of purchasing a Gen 3 Glock 26. I told the guy, well, you know what? This is not the gun I want. This is not the gun I paid for. This is not the gun I thought I was going to get. If I'm going to pay sticker price, full bolt, brand new type money for a gun, I want it to be a Gen 4. I'm not going to pay that kind of money for a Gen 3. I'm sorry. And he kind of made this thing, well, you know, Gen 3 is not a huge difference. You know, it's got the back strap thing, and it's got the finish and whatever, but it still has the dual spring, and, you know, it's pretty much the same gun. I said, you know what, that all well, very well, it might be true, but, you know, nonetheless, I want the Gen 4. Well, they didn't have a Gen 4 in stock. They have to order it. So here I sit, waiting some more for a Gen 4 Glock 26. So I have all these parts sitting here. I have Talon grip to put on. I have some mag extensions. I got some other things that I'm going to do to the gun when it comes in. Was hoping to start my series of videos on the Glock 26 tonight. Let you all see it. Let you all look at what I'm going to do to it. Talk about it. Maybe even get some videos shooting it later this week. But unfortunately, it's all for naught. The gun store tried to sell me the wrong gun. You know, I'm willing to give it a pass. Like I said, it's partially my fault. I should have been more observant when I bought the gun. I shouldn't have given my gun store the benefit of the doubt. I should have made sure that it was a Gen 4. Like I said, you know, I wasn't really paying that close of attention to it. I didn't realize that was something that I had to pay attention to make sure that it's a Gen 4. You know, Gen 4 is when you know what you're looking for. A Gen 4 is easy to spot. You can spot them just by looking at them. But you know, it was a busy day at the shop. I didn't have a lot of time to talk to the sales guy that was there. I kind of just wanted to know if they had one and say, yeah, I knew I wanted it, so I just went ahead and said, I'll take it. So, lesson learned, be more vigilant. At least I didn't actually take it and get it home and figure out it's the wrong gun. But, you know, a little disappointed. A little disappointed in myself. A little disappointed in my local shop. Not a good experience. But, you know, I'm a positive guy. I'm not going to let this sour me too much. Life goes on. Have to wait a few more days to do some Glock 26 videos. I'm pretty bummed, but, you know, that's the way it goes. So, pulled out a couple of my other guns just to kind of make myself feel a little better. Pulled out the old Smith & Wesson M&P and pulled out my Springfield XDM9. It's a good gun. A few videos ago, I was doing a little bit of hating on the Springfield. You know, I go back and forth on this gun, and I think I said this before. Some days I really like it, some days I don't. But I made my final decision. I'm keeping the gun. I don't expect to get rid of it unless a buddy of mine or something expresses an interest in buying it off of me. I'm not going to actively pursue getting rid of this gun. I'm not going to trade it in on anything. I'm just going to go ahead and continue shooting it and enjoying it. Maybe someday I'll like it. It's just, you know, for me, it's just too cool of a gun to get rid of. It looks good. Every time I pull it out and look at it, I'm just impressed with it. It's a great looking gun, and I'm going to keep it. I'm going to force myself to like it more. I bought it because it looks awesome, and I bought it because I liked the way it felt in my hand, and I still like the way it feels in my hand. I still like the way it looks. It's a good shooter. I'm not going to knock it for that. I like some of my other guns better, but I still like the XDM. It's the reason why I bought it, and I'm going to keep it. It's the only Springfield armory weapon that I own, and you know, it deserves a spot in my collection, and I think I'm gonna let it stay. So that decision was made. Unfortunately, no Glock 26 today. So stay tuned. Glock 26 to come. Little bummed, but what are you going to do? Take it easy.